Belen.
Renovation.
And welcome back to our little Bulgarian adventure.
Well, as we're in the middle of February, as you would expect, we've got wintry weather.
Yeah, it was definitely colder this week.
Yes, our hot temperatures of last week have disappeared, and it's definitely a grey day today.
Yes, today's probably the coldest day we've had. We didn't get as much rain as was forecast though.
No.
The one day we did get rain was St. Trifflin's Day on February the 14th. The Bulgarians celebrate that day here probably more than Valentine's Day, I think.
I think so, yes.
It's one of the oldest festivals in Bulgaria, celebrating the wine and winemakers. And our village had a celebration going on in the community centre, as well as the
traditional cutting of the vines.
Up at the vineyard.
Yes. Which the mayor did.
Which the mayor did.
Not on his own.
No. With a few others. We did see the periphery of it, but we didn't go actually into the celebrations ourselves.
No.
Maybe
next year.
Maybe next year, yeah. We didn't really want to intrude.
No.
We think the trimming of the vines is quite a male thing.
We think so.
The men do that, and then the women prepare the food, and they have a feast afterwards. So they did all look like they had a very good time in the village.
I think so, yes. Yeah. So next year, maybe, I'll be up there trimming the vines. Maybe not.
Yeah, congratulations to Ivan, our friend up in near Silistra, who won his local Vinters competition.
He did, and we can say that from personal experience, his wine is very good.
Yes, it is very good. So congratulations, Ivan.
Other things we've done this week, with the bad weather, we've spent more time doing stuff indoors. Although last weekend we have continued removing the very tall trees from very close to our house, just to make it safer if the wind picks up.
Yes, the last two big ones at the edge of our woodland, which were probably over 50 foot.
50, 60 feet, yeah.
There were two of them, and they were very large. And I'm not sure how Tree of Heaven, how many years it actually lasts, but I think they don't have a really long life.
They swayed worryingly when it was windy.
Once they're a bit older, and lots of dead branches were falling off it. So
they had to be removed for the safety of the house, so that was done. And then we moved inside and carried on working on our spare room. This is what we've done this week. Continuing with the renovation of what will be our spare room, my next job is to prepare the walls for painting. Now, I've got the sockets and the light switch, which all need the cups to be embedded into the wall to firm those up. I've got to sand down the filling that I did when I did the channeling out. I've got to fill in all the little holes that came where the wall plugs got pulled out, any bits and pieces. I've got some cracks to sort. So that's my next job. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is get these cups set into the wall. That can be drying up while I do the sanding and the sorting out, so that hopefully it'll all come together at the end and then we can paint. You can see looking here that this is the plastic cup that needs embedded in the hole. There's the cable that comes down the wall. So I'm going to take the front bit off, which is the actual socket. Obviously I'm going to turn the power off. Then I'll just have an exposed wire coming out the front. I can bed that in, set it in place, and once that's set up, I'll reattach the socket and that'll be nice and sturdy on the wall. So that's the socket cups cemented into the wall. I now have to let those set up before I can put the sockets on. My next job is one of my least favourite jobs. It's sanding, preparing the wall for plastering. So I'll crack on with that. Now that I've sanded off the MPI 25 to a smoother finish, I'm ready to put plaster over the top. But there are other bits of the wall I have to look to before I can plaster, and I've got a couple of cracks which I've widened, ready for filling, which I'll do next, then I'll be able to plaster them. This is one of the cracks. As I said, I've widened it up so that I can get a lot of material in there. It gives the material a better chance of staying in place, helps fill the hole. So it's one of those things where you have to make it worse before you can make it better. I've made it worse, so let's go on with making it better. So that's the walls filled, the walls sanded, brushed down, all the mess cleaned up and hoovered. You may have noticed it's got a bit colder, hence the hat and scarf. But the next stage would be to paint, but there's one problem. This is the window, obviously, and in the bottom left-hand corner we have a sheet of perspex with a cat flap in it. Now that's the only way the cats can get in and out at the moment, and we need to mask off this window because the way we'll be painting is to actually spray the walls rather than using a roller. It's an experiment, we'll see how well it works, but before I can close off this cat flap I need to make sure the cats can get in and out from outside, especially in the night when we're in bed. Our solution is to put the cat flap in this panel in this door. That way the cats can get in and out of the hallway here without having to go through the spare room. Now that'll work in the long run when it's being used as a spare room as well. So before I carry on with that room, I've now got to do this job. Well, that's the position of the cat flap marked. I've put the template and drawn around it so that I know exactly where I have to cut the hole and drill the screw holes. So next I need to get my drill the holes and some start off holes for the jigsaw, and then cut out the big hole. So that's the hole cut. All we have to do now is fit the cat flap. So that's the cat flap now fitted. This is the outside of it. You can see how it fits on the door. It's not the finish we would want on the door particularly, but it's we need a cat flap, so it is what it is. But it does now allow us to carry on with the back room. And with the cat flap now fitted, I've replaced that piece of perspex with a complete piece of perspex. This may confuse the cats for a little bit, but they'll soon adjust and be going in and out the front cat flap in no time. So we've now put plastic over the bits we don't want to spray, over the window, over the shelves here. We've masked up the bits also that we don't want to spray with masking tape. We've washed down the walls, removed any dust, dirt, grease, whatever, so it's all ready for spraying and painting. But we have to wait now for the walls to properly dry out from being washed, which won't happen today. So you're not going to see us doing any of the painting this week. That'll be next week, but we are getting there, so we'll carry on with this next week.
Yes, the cats have decided they're sulking with us because we've changed all the arrangements for feeding, for how they get in and out of the house.
They don't like change.
They don't.
Zig particularly is sulking.
Yeah. The kittens have all adapted quite quickly.
Yes. There was a little bit of, what is this hole in the door, what am I supposed to do with it? Which you would think, if they've used cat flaps, it would be second nature, but it takes a little while.
I think it's because this one is a bit firmer to push open and shut.
Yes, this is a proper one, not one I've watched together, no. So,
but it works all right, and they are all using it.
They seem to be, yes. So that's good. They've just got to get used to not going in a spare room.
Yes, we didn't think people would appreciate being jumped on by cats in the middle of the night if ever they came to stay.
No, absolutely. And as I mentioned in the video, we're going to be painting it by spraying it rather than rollering it. Part of the reason for this isn't just because it's going to be quicker and I get to play with a new toy. We will this year be doing the outside of the house, and because of the rough texture on the outside of the house, we can't do it with rollers. It would take forever with the brushes. So we're going to experiment with this spray thing just to see if it works, see how well it works, and then we can use it outside.
Yes, that was the main reason we bought it, was for the exterior, but we thought we might as well get it now and use it on this room as well.
Because you know what I'm like, get a new tool, I have to use it.
We'll show you how that goes next week.
Yes.
It does mean that awful choice of choosing the tiles so the floor is getting nearer, and I still haven't found any I like.
Not yet, but I'd like to make a start on that next week as well, but if we haven't got them, I can't.
So I'll have to go and have a look, see if I can find some I like.
Indeed. So, I think we're probably up to date now.
Except for
what
I want to mention this week for tomorrow.
Well, I was going to leave that because she never watches the videos anyway.
Oh, I think she does occasionally. She binge watches them apparently. But yeah, it's happy birthday to our daughter Kira.
Happy birthday, Kira.
We hope you have a great day.
I'm sure you will.
Enjoy yourself, relax.
Enjoy your weekend away.
Yeah. And we'll speak to you soon.
Certainly will. So that really is it from us this week.
So, that just leaves us to say,
stay safe.
be well.
Dos Coro.
Dos Coro.